This is another pickup video, but this is a special pickup video. That's not to say you don't treasure each one of these that I do, hold them close to your heart. But this is a little different because in this, and it's quite a sizable one, there are many titles I've been waiting a very long time for. Some of this stretches back to last year. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. The only thing that's not here is Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. I did get that in. And obviously, after you see all this, there's no real need for me to pick up a lot of stuff in the near future. The only thing I plan on getting is Zelda Majora's Mask for the 3DS. And I have Total War Attila on pre-order. Aside from that, and maybe Kirby, the next Kirby. I don't see myself picking up too much, and you'll see why in a second. I did kind of throw my rhythm off by playing too many role-playing games, so I got really far behind. Normally when I do a pickups video, I've already beaten 3 or 4 of the games, but I played Tales of Hearts R, Sweet Code 2, Citizens of Earth, and another, I forgot the other one, but I played 4 back-to-back, and I've got a huge backlog now. Speaking of which, Citizens of Earth, I would definitely avoid that. That is very repetitive. I didn't find it very funny. The Vita version is really glitchy with a ton of loading. I crashed like 5 times, including on the boss fight. So, yeah, I would skip it. But moving on, I will show the eBay pickups first. These are just some odds and ends. Retro Survivor showed this in his PlayStation Collections video. Rising Zan. Now, this is still sealed. A guy on eBay has these for, he has, I think, $9.99. But he has a make an offer, and I made an offer for $8.50, and he accepted. So that's with shipping. So I'm looking forward to trying this. He recommended it, and it looked pretty fun. A bit weird in some respects, but and clunky if you can see the graphics. It's that kind of 3D that might not have aged too well, but seemed interesting. I don't think I showed this one. This is a $10 purchase off a forum. I've already filmed this, but it didn't turn out well. So if I show this, ignore it. But another one for the RPG collection. Crack mentioned this, Crack Lotus. Call of Cthulhu. I got this in. However, my Xbox's DVD drive broke recently. So the only way for me to get this playable is to back it up on a hard drive. I have it soft modded. So I'm going to have to back it up on its internal hard drive to play it. And that'll take a while. But Call of Cthulhu. This was $6 or $6.95 shipped. Machine Head for the Saturn. I've never played it. I didn't rent it when it came out, and I figured at that price I'd give it a go. It kind of looks like Crazy Ivan from the back. It was developed by Core, so I'll give that one a go. These two are the last ones to come in. Police Knots. I had the greatest hits version of this. This was only $9.99. I was the only bidder. Because it came from overseas, though, few bucks shipping, I think like both these averaged out to about $15. I got this one because, that was actually, this is the fan translated copy I made. It comes with the game and something called the Private Collection. Now, that was released for the 3DO before the game was released for the 3DO in Japan. I've seen this sold separately on the PlayStation as a single jewel case, and I've seen this game sold a lot without it. So I'm not sure how many came with it. I've seen a different cover. Another person had this disc, but it was in black and white. So I'm not really sure how this was released. But it did come with all of the manuals. So here's the Private Collection. And normally this is in a jewel case with that single disc. Registration card. Oh, the stickers. Yes. The Obi strip and the manual for the game itself. Big fan of Police Knots. I have, like I said, the greatest hits version, and I saw this with the Private Collection. I believe someone has translated that as well. I'm going to have to look into it. So I thought, that's definitely a go. I was surprised no one else bid on it. I saw a bunch of other copies. Not that they were too much more expensive, but they lacked the Private Collection disc and manual. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. Oh well, that disc keeps falling. It's just going to have to... There we go. So really happy to have this. I now have the original release for PlayStation, the Saturn, and re-release. This is a Super Famicom. title. I'm probably gonna butcher this. Idono. They say it at the title menu, but it's kind of hard to hear. This is a very interesting game. Now the box is beat up, and that's because this was, I want to say $12. No, actually, I think both games equal to about $15 shipping. So this was about $10 as well, which was weird. Every other copy was for cartridge only, about 20, or with box and manual about 40. It does come with a really nice manual though. Big fan of the artwork. This is a strange game. Let me see if I can look at that. I wish that was the thumbnail. Now, I did record gameplay footage of this, and I'm going to put it up soon, but I do not do well at all. I actually didn't find out until the third stage that you can throw your sword. But if you can imagine a combination of a shooter with a Final Fight or Streets of Rage kind of, the first level you start off running, and there are 3 planes of foreground, background, and middle. And you have a sword attack, like a single bomb attack like in a shooter, and you can jump. And enemies come in those 3 planes. Now, it's very tricky, and it's why I didn't do very well. It's because I'm still getting used to it. You can't really tap the button. If you tap the button, nothing happens. If you tap it, or if you press it too hard, he skips to a plane ahead. So you have to gently touch it to go to the middle plane, or from the middle to the fore of the back. It's very tricky. The sword also swings kind of slowly, so you have to time it just right. But it is a lot of fun. At first, I was kind of disappointed, but I put more time into it. And yeah, this is dare I say, a gem? I don't know. This might be very well known amongst Super Famicom people. But having a lot of fun with this. Like I said, it's kind of like a shooter in that you have to time your shots. Oh, and you're always moving. The first level you're running. The second level you're walking. But then towards the end you start running again. And the third level, as far as I got, you're on a hoverboard. So you're always in motion. Very unique. I'm going to put the footage of it up soon, but this is a lot of fun. This was a very surprising buy. I'm enjoying that Super Famicom a lot. From the same retailer, I picked up 3 titles. I bought this for $1.95 or $1.50. I wanted the red insert, and I'll show you why in a sec, but I don't want this game. So, McFly, do you need NFL 98? If you have an insert, this is yours. It's actually in really good shape if anyone's interested. The box is crisp, the manual looks like it hasn't been used. Label looks pretty good. Slight scuff on the cartridge, but otherwise not on the sticker. So, let me know. But I'll show you why I got that in a sec. From the same retailer, I picked up for $5 Toshinden Ultimate Revenge Attack. As embarrassing as it is to say, I now own every Toshinden game. It came with the spine card. This is the last one I haven't tried. $5, I had to give it a go. Yes, I know the series isn't great. I know it hasn't aged well, but it has such a place in my heart that it was the first 32-bit next-gen fighter I had played. I'd seen Virtua Fighter in the arcade, but I never got to play it. So I played the first one of this on the PlayStation. Blew me away. I actually liked it. I had friends that, while they said it looked good, they couldn't stand the controls. I liked it. I got used to it. I liked the character design. So happy to have this. I recently picked up Toshinden Kids for the PlayStation, so I'm going to have to put footage of this up soon. And the big reason I bought from them is I wanted Soul Star. I originally thought the cover was a little sun-faded, but I've since looked online, and for some reason, yeah, they just kind of used, I don't want to say washed out colors, but it's not as rich as I was expecting. Or, a lot of the covers are much richer in tone than this. Like, this is really light. The spine's kind of light. That's just how it was. I saw this on GameSack, and I've wanted to play it ever since. I can't believe the Sega CD did these kind of graphics. I think it's in their shooter section video, but they'll have 3 or 4 levels of scrolling, and it's really impressive. There was one level where the ship is inside of a bigger ship, and there's dozens of craft flying on different planes. I had never seen that on the Sega CD, so looking forward to giving this one a go. That's Soul Star. Now, why I bought NFL for the insert is about 7 months ago, a friend of mine said he was going to get rid of some stuff. So I said, hey, if you're interested, I've got money, let me know. And he said, of course. I hadn't talked to him in a while. It was kind of fortuitous. I got an email from some guy out of nowhere saying, hey, don't you know him? And I'm trying to get in touch. So I said, sure. And I sent him a message on Steam. And, 2 weeks later, he pops back up and it's like, oh, wow. Hey, thanks for getting in touch. So we talked a lot. Well, nothing came of it. I wasn't expecting anything to happen. Well, that's on Facebook. He's saying he's cataloging his games to get rid of them. So I shot him a message and I said, "Oh, I'm still interested." And he said, "Of course. I had you in mind. I just want to take photos." So he sent me this beautiful page of shots. And I mean, your jaw would just drop. This guy had got rid of stuff 3 or 4 years ago. He got rid of his TurboGrafx stuff, his Duo stuff, and his Saturn stuff, sadly. But he had a lot of PlayStation, Genesis, Game Boy Advance, and DS stuff. And he had just an incredible collection. I couldn't afford nearly all of it. It took me 3 weeks to pay this guy, and you'll see why. So I'll start with the first item, Phantasy Star 4. It doesn't have the manual, but the insert was beat up, so that's why I replaced it. If you can tell, that was the insert from the NFL game, and it's pretty much brand new. So all I need is a manual now. The cartridge does have like sticker residue or something rubbed on the sticker, the label, but that's fine. I've been wanting this for a bit. It's a pain to get, but I finally have it. And the next few items are all from him. Lords of Thunder. I replaced the case for one with no broken hinges. I didn't notice, and I don't think he recognized it either. On the CD itself, on the disc by the spindle, someone wrote like Video Source Rentals in Sharpie. I don't know if I can get that out, but everything else is immaculate. I don't think anyone touched the manual. So Lords of Thunder. And now we're getting to... okay, we're about to get to the big boys, or big ladies, whichever you prefer. Big people. But also got Gunstar Heroes in fantastic shape. This looks like a lot of fun. He had this in Advanced Guardian Heroes. And I knew one of those wasn't supposed to be that good, so I looked it up, and unfortunately it was Advanced Guardian Heroes. And this was like the cheapest one I bought off of him. He didn't want hardly anything for it, so I snapped it up. I also bought these 2 items. Finally, I got a 32X, and I bought the Genesis 2 just for the 32X. I think Crack is going to help me with a certain cable I need to hook it up to the Model 1. The cable situation, you need a cross cable, and I think he never had the cross cable, and I think he also didn't have this one initially. Crack has helped me out with one of the cables. I'll need either one because if I want to swap between the systems, I'll need multiple cables, and if I don't have the cross cable from him, I'll have to find one or just leave it on this one. Any event, it's a beast to hook up. He gave me Star Wars for free, so I bought the Genesis and the 32X. With that, he also gave me this controller, which is why I showed one of my controller videos recently, video response. A classic 3-button. And this really beat up joystick. He also sent me some other items, hardware items, but that went to a fellow YouTube friend, so he'll be showing that. Or if he doesn't show it, that's fine. He'll be getting it soon. Any event, I got this. Never used one of these before. It feels pretty good. I've definitely got to clean this up. It took me over 2 hours to get the Genesis and 32X working. It's why I haven't spent a lot of time in some of this stuff. The Genesis did not want to work. I finally got it working. Then the 32X didn't want to work, and then the games didn't want to work because basically everything had been sitting in storage. I guess like soot had built up on it. Took a long time, very tedious. And I also got for free Space Harrier. He basically said, if you buy the 32X with the Genesis, I'll throw in a game. So I said, give me Space Harrier because it had the box and the manual. And then when he gave it to me, Star Wars was there. And I've always wanted to play that Star Wars. I know it's nothing like the PC Sims from the 90s, but I love those games and the look is the same. So I spent a little time in each. And Space Harrier is one of those games I never want to play until I play it, and then I don't want to stop playing. But the second I'm done playing, I think, I don't want to play Space Harrier again. It's very odd. There's a few games I have like that, where once I start, its hooks get in me. I'm thinking, this is great. Why did I ever stop? And the second I stop, I think, why would I ever play that game? But this is pretty good shape. Some wear on the edges, but not too bad overall. The manual was wrinkled a bit, but it's getting flat right now. And now these are the biggies. One of these in particular sent me back a bit. He is renovating his house with his girlfriend, and so I think I paid for a room with one of these. But here we go. Mars Matrix. I had a beat-up disc-only import copy I got years back, but now the US copy. Great shooter. I'm not done, though. Hold on to your seats. Gigawing 2. I've never seen this one. I see Gigawing. I saw Gigawing 1 in stores when it was new. My friend actually found one, a Salvation Army over here. I've never saw this in stores. Now I own it. Look, sure enough, can I show you what I mentioned? The wear on the manual. See that white? You cannot escape that. It's also on Mars Matrix, unfortunately. Actually, Mars Matrix is pretty good, but it's still on there. Nothing you can do about it. I've had to let that go. My inner neat freak just has to say, can't help it. So these two, and then this one, Rondo of Blood. He sent the price list, and I thought, I had a certain amount allocated, picked everything I wanted out, and he's like, and I have this. I haven't taken a photo of it. Do you want it? I said, I want it. Throw it on the pile. By the way, I'm going to have to pay you in installments. So he said that was fine. Fortunately, he had no problem waiting. He said, I'd rather just go to someone I know that's going to take care of it rather than someone that's going to sell it on eBay. I said, you know me. I'm not going to do that. I'm a hoarder. Hoarder is a strong word. It's getting there, so I'm going to have to cull it, but this is not going anywhere. So super happy to get this. Not the biggest fan of the series, if I can be honest, but I have always wanted to play this. A friend of mine literally sent me like a 15-page thing years back on why I should play this. And I was asking him, like, yeah, which ones do you like? Because I like Symphony of the Night. I like Castlevania 2. I'm trying to remember which one I played. 2. I liked Harmony of Dissonance. Just the odd ones that I played. And he's like, you got to play Rondo of Blood. But even, this was a while back. That was expensive. And I said, I can't swing that. And then he sent me his dissertation on why this game is great. So I'm going to get to be able to try it myself. Can't wait. And these are just random items. I forgot to show 2 eBay items. Well, this is the Amazon purchase. This is a sealed copy of Pac-Man for the Neo Geo Color. It's only $12. The guy still has some more left. So if you're a collector, go ahead. Or if you just like Pac-Man, who doesn't? Downside, they send it in an envelope. I asked the guy, is it box or envelope? And he goes, well, it's Amazon, so I'm going to assume box. And I ordered it knowing, like, they're never going to send that in a box. Like, that's not... The second they see cardboard, they're like, awesome, grab the padded envelope. Let's step on it a few times. And there are some slight dents in it. You probably can't see it on camera, but it's dented in right here. What are you going to do? Amazon. But yeah, still sealed. Definitely go grab one. Cheapest I've seen it anywhere. So another one for the old Neo Geo Pocket Color. And I found this for, I think it was 17 shipped. Phantasy Star 3. Now I have all but the first one. I have the collection on the PlayStation 2, but on that Genesis collection. But I don't have the first one for Master System. But this one was in great shape. It's got the map behind it, and it's also got like a little advertising inserts. Manual has a little wrinkle right there, but for the price, I could not say no. As complete as I have found this, and in great shape. I know this is supposed to be kind of the black sheep of the series, but I also think thematically it sounded the most interesting. Now these have been on order since last year. Okay, Retro Game Quest is going out of business. And they had a Black Friday sale when they said, hey, here's some coupons. And they mentioned to someone that they're going to have a sale, so I got excited, as I'm wont to do about sales. And they said, keep a lookout for a coupon. Well, they did it, but it was, like 10% off $100 or free shipping or like 15% off $300. I mean, there wasn't really a lot of savings. You'd have to order... Because the shipping started at like $6 for one game. You'd have to order something like $200 just to save more than what you'd save with the free shipping. So someone brought that up on Facebook and said, hey, that's kind of, that's not, it's thanks, but that's not a great savings. Can we have free shipping? And the guy said, our system only allows for one coupon. I'm sorry. Well, then next day or day after that, he said, you know what? Free shipping for everyone. And they bumped up the coupon. And he's like, and this is your last chance. We're going out of business. This is our last hurrah. And they still have 3 games up. They are shutting down after they get rid of them. They have 100 of each. It's Lobo, Tin Head, and something else for the Super Nintendo, a homebrew game. But the rest of the stuff you cannot order. I paid them in November. I got this in a few days ago with my friend's thing. I had stacks of boxes. But these are all Repro cards. And I'm very excited. Got a great deal on these. I saved like $80 plus free shipping. Some people asked why they shut down, and the guy said they're just not selling enough to justify it, and the original owner's taking it back over, and he's going to make it just kind of a traditional used game store. But what I picked up Terra Enigma. This is complete, the manual, little insert and manual. Been wanting that one. And I showed the import of this a while back and said I was getting the repro, and sure enough, this is Gun Hazard, English translation. All these are English translation, except for one, you'll see why. Gun Hazard, no manual, they didn't offer one. This was box only, but super happy for this. I played the import some, and I put it aside because I wanted to read the story. And now this one is, I think this one came out in Europe and in Asia, but not here. And that's Twin B, Rainbow Bell Adventures. This is a platformer. I'm not the biggest fan of platformers, but I do like the series. I have some for the Saturn, some of the shooters. Really fun, very colorful. This is also, they had no manual for this. It's box and, insert only. And this one, the next one is complete. Secret of Mana 2. This is by far my favorite box they've released. Quality-wise, this is the same as the import, but just in terms of color and like there's no real bleed out. Some of the covers, like my Bahamut Lagoon, looked a little overblown in some portions, but this one looks phenomenal. This one does come, like I said, complete with the manual. So Secret of Mana 2. Very glad I got these in, because sure enough, you go to the store now, everything's missing. And at this point, I think I have an even match of Repro carts to retail carts for my Super Nintendo. But this is what a portion of my Christmas bonus from work went on. And I couldn't have been happier with this. I got them in. No problems with the boxes. Everything's looking great. I need to try them out thoroughly, but the store will be open for a while, so I'm sure if there's a problem, the upcoming owner can contact the guy and he can sort something out. But that is it. 21 minutes. Thank you for watching. I'll be putting up gameplay video shortly of Idono, and hopefully I'll be doing some more video responses soon. I finished Invisible Roman, so a book talk is coming in a bit. Thanks for watching, everyone. Talk to you later.